spoilers for Black Widow ahead. Hello guys, welcome to the inaugural video for the R.O.D Reviews on Demand movie review channel. I'm your host Rodney Funderburg, and I will be reviewing for our very first review, Black Widow. So with all that out the way, let's get into the review. So the first 10 minutes, I actually liked the opening rendition of Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. It kind of seemed like they were trying to go for a darker tone, and that's pretty different for an MCU film. Even though it kind of wasn't the case with a lot of the jokes that we got, but let's be honest, it's an MCU movie, so we should have been expecting that. Another thing that I really liked was the performances by the younger versions of Nat and Yelena. It was just so heartwarming to finally see Nat actually having some sort of like peace and enjoying herself, and just being like a normal little girl. And then Dad came home and they had to flee the country. So it kind of was like it went from a 90s sitcom on Nickelodeon to that show, The Americans. You guys get the reference, you know the show that I'm talking about. So speaking of that, let's go on to the star of the show. Scarlett Johansson, in what may seems to be her final portrayal of the character Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, she absolutely kills it. I love her final suit, the gold accents on the gauntlets and everything, and on the belt with her logo and the little red X's. I absolutely love it. Most importantly, the suit actually looked kind of tactical, you know? It wasn't too bulky like a lot of the suits that we see in, you know, superhero adaptations now, like The Boys or Jupiter's Legacy or whatever. It actually looked tactical. It actually looks like she could do all of the stuff that we've seen her do. Another thing, a lot of the suits in the earlier MCU films, like Iron Man 2 or whatever, it looked kind of tight. And I don't know, they were trying to like just show off like her curves or whatever. But the suit actually made sense, and I really liked that. Also, another thing that I really liked, I love the chemistry between Scarlett and Florence, like playing you know, Natasha and Yelena. They kind of reminded me a little bit of like the Thor and Loki relationship a little bit. I think it would have been dope if the MCU would have like showed a little bit like more of her like family background in the earlier movies in the Avengers or something like that, so that, you know, like maybe Nat and Thor would have had like some little inside joke about, like, you know, their badass little killer siblings or something. That would have been dope. But speaking of Yelena, Yelena, played by Florence Pugh. Yelena was my third most favorite character in the movie. I loved how she made fun of Natasha for doing the whole superhero posing and all that. That was absolutely hilarious. Oh, we also found out that she's just as much of a badass as her big sister, right? So I think she's like the squad leader for like the widows and everything. And I was like, okay, all right, Commander, I see you. But another thing that I noticed though, right, was that her white suit was kind of a little bit more loose than everybody else's, than Natasha's and Melina's, right? So I was kind of wondering if they were trying to if that was trying to, kind of add on to the whole little sister vibe with the less form-fitting suit to make it seem more of a hand-me-down or whatnot. But the vest was dope. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and yeah, it does have like a lot of pockets and everything. You can do a lot with a lot of pockets, right? But hopefully the studio keeps that in her design, in her character design throughout the rest of her adventures throughout the MCU. Because let's be honest, she's gonna be either like the next Black Widow or the Black Widow for like Val's like Dark Avengers, right? So I can't wait to see what they do with that. So on to Big Red. Okay, so David Harbour as Alexei, aka the Red Guardian. First things first, after seeing him in this movie, the first thing that came to mind is, dude, I need to see this guy in a Disney Plus show, prequel, sequel. I don't care, bro. I need my Red Guardian, man. I just want to see like a flashback of him and Cap like going at it, right? I love the prison scene. Where he's like arm wrestling the random prisoners and everything, especially like the last big guy and everything, and he made his arm turn into a whole little limp noodle and everything. Oh god, that was absolutely hilarious. But I do want to know if he ever finished that back tattoo. That was kind of intriguing. Also, it still fits. It still fits. That scene is definitely one of the most funniest scenes in the whole MCU to me. I really hope we get a chance to see this character again soon. Now the whole father peeing on his frostbitten hands, and that was kind of gratuitous. But let's be real. Once again, it's a Marvel film, so we're going to see that. But the whole singing "Bye Bye Miss American Pie" with Yolanda and everything, that was kind of heartwarming. So you guys let me know down in the comments what was your like most favorite heartwarming moment in the movie. On to Mama Melina, played by Rachel Weisz. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know how I feel about the pig scene, man. Natasha was looking at her like, don't you see this pig about to toss over and turn into some pulled pork Boston butt? Like, come on, bro. Dang, man. Hey, Alexei the pig didn't do nothing to you. Come on now. That scene was executed pretty good. Just to the fact that at the beginning we saw her like being, this sweet motherly figure, kissing boo-boos and everything, and teaching her daughters about fireflies, and then she turns into an evil genius, man, who commands animals to suffocate themselves on command. But I did like the old switcheroo that her and Natasha did at the end, or at least what they tried to do. But I honestly had forgot about the little the mask thing and whatnot. So that was a pretty cool callback. So yeah, and speaking switcheroos, we got Taskmaster. Okay, Taskmaster, aka Dreykov's daughter, was played by Olga Kurylenko. God, I hope I pronounced that right. So by the time this video drops and everything, you guys have probably seen all the Taskmaster rant videos and everything. So I'm just gonna pretty much tell you all what I want to see from now on if we ever see Taskmaster again, or at least this version of Taskmaster, right? Okay, so first things first, I hope they keep the suit design. I really like the suit. I was kind of wondering how they was gonna pull that off, because in the comics and the cartoons and whatnot, he kind of looks like a different version of like Skeletor. But that's one thing. Let's see what else we got. Give her some actual lines. She's kind of sort of like the MCU version of the Silent Deadpool from the old Wolverine Origins. Yeah, and I don't think we need that again. Okay, and I kind of want to make sure that she's still a bad guy, like, and not like an anti-hero, right? Because I'm gonna be real with you, especially with Loki and everything going on. I think the MCU has enough anti-heroes now, right? And let's also not forget that Natasha did kind of blow her face off, or at least part of her face off, right, with an actual bomb. So even though Natasha's dead, she can possibly, exact her revenge out on Yelena or something. But I wouldn't mind her being in the MCU. She could probably be on the Thunderbolts too. The first thing I noticed during the first trailer was the group of like the different type of widows. You had black widows. You probably had Latino widows, different ethnicities and hair colors and hairstyles and everything. I was like, okay, this actually makes sense. Because how else would you take down countries with multiple empires around the world and everything, and they can blend in more. They probably can't infiltrate Wakanda though. Let me know what you guys think about that though. Actually, I think that'd be pretty cool. Dora Milaje versus the Widows. Let me know who you think will win down in the comments. I kind of want to see a Widow show. Now that I think about it, or at least I want to see them in Hawkeye or Armor Wars or Captain America 4. These are probably the second most dangerous group of women. Once again, only second to Dora Milaje. So I think that would be pretty cool. So once again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. He was a decent bad guy. I think Ray Winstone did a pretty good job bringing that character to life. Because when he hit Natasha, I really wanted him to be thrown off of the little air carrier aircraft thing or whatever. And that was pretty cool too, by the way. The part where she broke her nose, I've seen this movie twice, and each time I flinched like, oh my God, that was perfectly executed by Scarlett. So overall, Black Widow is a good solo movie that just got on the bus pretty late, right? So in my honest opinion, as far as the actual making and release of this movie, this film should have came out in between Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther. Then this would have been, this would have had more of an effect on us, right? Because obviously we all know what's going to happen to Natasha after she flies off in her little jet that her plug/side dude gave her. So, yeah. If you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you all so much. I'm glad I could finally get this channel off of the ground and can't wait to make more content. So if you guys can, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel for more reviews. Follow the link at the bottom of the video to follow me on all my social media platforms. Thanks, y'all. Peace, love, and prosperity.